Hello, I am Christopher Morgan, and I will start this oral presentation with some background information on Martin Heidegger. Martin Heidegger was born on September 2nd, 1889. He was a unique and very influential German philosopher. He criticized Western civilization as he claims humans have lost a sense of Dasein, or what in English translates to being in the world. He is one of the first philosophers to consider being since Plato and Aristotle. Heidegger distinguished Dasein from everyday consciousness in order to emphasize critical importance of being as our interpretation of the world. The self is a term that he coined to describe the mindset in which humans he looks down upon. In the they-self mindset, humans tend to exist inauthentically, according to Heidegger, as they merely think about pleasures and present time rather than their future and their being as a whole. Another concept that Heidegger introduced was thrownness. Thrownness is used to describe humans' individual existences as being thrown into the world. In other words, we do not choose to exist. Throughout his life, he wrote many books and philosophical works and was heavily praised by his ideas. He was appointed rector of Freiburg University and became a controversial figure as he became a member of the Nazi Party. He died on May 26, 1976. The first question I will answer is, what role did Heidegger want the German university to play in the overcoming of nihilism and the revitalization of the German nation? To begin with, the definition of nihilism is the moral belief is that morals, traditions, and existences have no value and are considered worthless. Heidegger does not support nihilism as it creates a forgetfulness of being. When the Nazi Party started rising in Germany, it was fair to say that it was a new beginning for the nation. Since the nation was starting over, Heidegger viewed the Nazi Party as a chance for Germany to start back with a clean slate from the nihilistic they-self mentality to a mentality centered around being, which he viewed as the basis of all understanding. Heidegger wanted the German university to give the Nazis intellectual support. In the university, he wanted to promote science in order for future generations to be more aware of their being rather than having the nihilistic mindset. He states all science is philosophy, and all science remains bound to that beginning of philosophy. In other words, Heidegger believed that science sparks consciousness, and therefore he wanted to alter the curriculum to a philosophic science-based. Question 2 is, how would the faculty and students be trained or adapted to this task? Heidegger emphasized three bonds in order to empower faculty and students. These bonds will allow the nation to revitalize the German nation that exists inauthentically. The first bond is labor service. This bond binds to the national community. Students will be trained to serve the community as a unit, and that will build camaraderie amongst themselves and give each one sense of social origin and responsibility. The second bond is military service, and that binds to the honor of the nation. Students will always be prepared with the skills and knowledge on how to act in times of tragedy. This will create great discipline when one needs it the most. The third bond binds students and teachers spiritually. This bond is known as knowledge service. This bond will get each individual closer with their being. As a result, introspectiveness creates better leaders, students, teachers, doctors, and ministers, and many more occupations that can positively influence the world around them. He wanted to make these three bonds the new essence of the German nation. Last, I will answer the question, what are connections between Heidegger's philosophy and his goals as rector of the University of Freiburg? As I previously mentioned, Heidegger wanted Germany to get rid of their modern nihilistic mindset and shift to a mentality focused on the inner spirit and being. As rector, he planned to alter the curriculum in German university to a more scientific and philosophy-oriented agenda in order to integrate his idea of being to society. With the teachers and students being educated on his idea, they will spread effective work and word to the entire nation, and the nihilistic philosophy will be overruled with the philosophy of Dasein. The end. This was my presentation of Martin Heidegger, and have a nice day.